Hey everyone, we're just here doing a injector replacement job and we've got some really important information about catch cans and this. I don't know, is this the manual mapper or whatever this crap is? And I call it crap. I'll tell you the reasons why I call it crap. Don't waste your money on crap, just do things properly. There's a plate with a 7mm hole. It's only about 10 or 12 bucks from kaon.com.au and it will sort out your EGR flow problems without all these extra wires and connectors and plugs and wires hanging around over here, and I'll continue on with that whinging in a moment. But, you know, you pay hundreds of dollars for this and it's something that's going to be constantly there. Doesn't look very professional, aftermarket plug-in crap, and wires hanging around places they're going to get burnt and that sort of thing. So, yeah, if you can't tell, if you didn't notice, I don't like it. This system, it unplugs here, there's a bit of tape over that. Like, how untidy and crap and budget does that look to you? I mean, this is a Toyota. The vacuum line's just kinked around. I don't know where the other end of that plug is. I haven't looked for that yet. We're just busy doing what we're doing here. But what I want to say is he did an EGR clean, and then sometime afterwards this went on. And then we look in here and I go, well, it's not that clean. The 7mm plate works 95. Look, I've seen quite a few. We put photos up. Check the EGR information playlist if you want more info. Works really well, the plate with the 7mm hole. It's really reliable. But this one just doesn't seem to work well. I think we're going to need the light. Always works better with the light on. But see how that's a bit grotty? Now, it's not too bad. It's like I could say it's helping, but I thought with all this crap on the vehicle, which, like I said, I'm going to have a bit more of a whinge about it in a minute and show you where it goes and what it does. I don't know much about it. We're going to investigate together. But having spent, let's say, I don't know, what, a couple $100 for some sort of EGR delete harness or something, I don't like it. It's untidy. But to me, it doesn't look like it works, because if you look on that shaft there, I can see that that's been moving up and down. Now, someone sent me a little pointer, and this is bloody perfect for me to use. It's a laser.
Begin laser ignition sequence.
Begin laser ignition!
All right, what I mean is I want to point it out with the laser, right? You can see. Just got to work out how to use the laser. I'm new at this, hang on. Oh, no, I've got to hold the button pressed, rightio. See that area there? See there where it looks, let me get in a bit closer. Right, so getting a bit of reflection going on here. That part there, you can see, that's when this part here, this is where it opens up at the bottom there, and this lifts up and allows all this soot to come in. The soot's the problem. And now if you want to talk about catch cans, go into the bloody catch can, because there's a catch can over here. And quite obviously you can see there is a catch can. And there it is, and that's what sort of catch can it is, and everyone wants to argue about different sorts of catch cans and if they're good quality or not, and I couldn't be bothered talking about them or arguing about them. Get a catch can if you want, but quite obviously it's not stopping the oil from getting in the intake, because that's moist, right? Doesn't that look moist? Looks quite moist to me. Does that look moist to you?
Yep.
Very moist. Would you agree that that EGR valve, it has to be moving up and down? It must be opening.
Yep.
Because you can see
witness mark
on that, with that laser there, you can see that spot. Why am I getting that reflect? That's weird, isn't it? Right there, you can see that where it's moving up and down that far, which means the valve's opening. So let's now have a whinge about all the crap around the engine bay. So this is where the MAF's normally plugged in. We've got it unplugged at the moment, so it plugs into there. Right, so instead of being plugged directly to your MAF sensor, you've got this extra wire hanging around. Then there's another wire comes off that, and at the moment it just routes around. Looks like only one wire hanging around. You can make it as neat as you like, I guess, but it's still another wire in your engine bay. And this thing, there's nothing you can do about it. It's got to come off your wiring here somewhere. I mean, whatever. And this is really good sort of braiding that goes over it. That is good at least. So let's credit where credit's due, right? Yeah, I like the braiding. I don't like the zip tie job because it's hanging around near the heat of the intercooler and it could get down near the EGR valve or the hot heater hoses, that sort of thing. So where does it go? It comes around here, comes down there, comes down here, and there we have a plug. Right now, the EGR valve plug is down there plugged into that. I would expect that this is meant to be plugged into the back of the EGR valve. So I don't know who's installed. I don't know about these though, right? See, this is like a, what do you call it? What's that word when something's plugged in between, like a piggyback type, what do you call it? Like an interface, like there's another word, you know, when it goes, it's the, hey, everybody put it in the comments, you know, when it goes in between, you unplug that plug and you plug that one into that one, but you still plug that one in. But here we've got the brown, let me just check here. The brown one is the original EGR plug that would be plugged in up there where this is taped up, which is just, I don't like that. And then this plug off the end of that loom, light's always better, isn't it? Yeah. So this is the nice braiding that comes around, and it's got 2 new plugs on it. They're both, oh no, 3 new plugs, has it? It's got way too many plugs going on, I wouldn't know. Maybe, look, this is maybe what's meant to happen. Maybe you're meant to just tape that up, just whack a bit of tape over that, they say. What sort of design is this, really? And you've got a couple of spare plugs hanging around that are open as well in your electronics and whatever, that could just be sitting there and fill up with water or touch a metal part and just, you know, short out or something. Just dodgy, man. Anyway, so wires hanging around down there. I didn't, did you unplug any of that? Or was that just,
they were all plugged into something.
That's right, so they're all plugged in, okay, because you unplugged that part, so I don't know what's going on there. Hang on, so this is the, so I was wrong. This one's the one, right? That is actually the one there that I'm touching now that goes on top of the EGR valve. The brown one, normally, okay, right, so there's a couple extra plugs, but it doesn't change the fact that, oh, so that one on that loom was plugged into this, was it? Right, so that's unplugged there. Okay, cool, no worries, because I didn't look at it before and I didn't unplug anything. I'll let you do those. You did all the plugs, right? Either way, you got all this crap. It's just, I don't know, and here's your vacuum line and it's just bridged across like that. Is that part of this setup? Does anyone know? Is this the manual mapper? Is it another brand? I can't see any brand on it. But what I'm saying is I reckon it's untidy. You've paid money for it. Not sure if it actually works looking at that. So yeah, we had a whinge, same as the catch can, not sure. So get rid of the catch can, get rid of this wiring, either put the plate with a 7mm hole. I'm not going into, you know, you can work out your own legalities, whether you're off-road, what country you're in, what state you're in. You need to work out, you know, if it's legal or not, and if it's going to help your engine overall or not, and the environment and everybody's health, better, worse, or whatever, and how much of that black gunk you want building up in your intake. Because looking at this, I'm just not sure if it works. To me, if that had been a while, I wouldn't imagine, that looks like it's recently been going up and down. So I'm pretty sure, but how could it? It couldn't, right? Because the vacuum line, so I don't know. I don't know how long it's been on there. So we probably need to find out a bit more info. And that's not too bad, don't get me wrong. That's a sprinkle, it's not a build up. But I don't know, I just don't know. Like, you know, 0 is great for those people that hang around. 0, you know, just 0. We know someone that does 0. So I'm going to say, we know someone that does 0. 0. 7's good, but 0 is better. It costs a bit more, but you know, let's just quickly mention about the other issue that can happen, very rare. The coolant from the EGR cooler, the internal leak from this coolant here at these coolant pipes, getting into the air intake part of it, so the coolant ends up in your engine. It's probably not the best either, is it? But if that stays shut forever 0, then no coolant can get into your engine. So I guess we'll just have to back up in there. We'd probably have to go the other way then, wouldn't it? Jeez, I don't know. That'd be messy. So look, lucky 1KD FTV coolers here. What are they called again? What do I call them? I forget. Losing all my words. EGR cooler, yeah. Lucky these coolers on the 1KDs, they don't actually leak. There's been 1 or 2, but out of hundreds of thousands, the 1GDs there's been a lot. Anyway, just waffling now, so I've had my whinge about this wiring and whatever. Do whatever you're going to do, but if you brought a contraption that bolts on like that, sorry, just get the plate, it just works. But I'm sure, actually I did read about someone, oh, I've got the plate and got a P0400, and then they got rid of that and they put this on and it solved the problem. But anyway, I've got to get on with this and get this back together. The fuel pipe's on, so we're out of here. Catch you on the next one. Have a closer look at that. Yeah, look, maybe it hasn't moved for a long time because it can't move because of this setup like that. So it must work. It must have just got the movement, and that must have all happened since the clean, but before the equipment was installed, I guess. So anyway, I've had my whinge about catch cans and the wiring. And we did our little laser test, so that's good. There'll be more lasers. Stay tuned. Catch you on the next one.